SOULLESS Creations, your one-stop shop when it comes to customization. Totes, tees, tumblers, hats, and more. Looking for a customized gift idea for a graduation, birthday party, baby shower, or just a unique creation of your own? Check out SOULLESS Creations as seen here on Whitney D TV. Female, Black owned. Use my promo in the description box down below and let her know Whitney D of Whitney D TV sent you. Thank you. Bye.
What's up, Jewel Gang? So I would like to address this white woman who goes by the name of Nikki Marie on Facebook. Her page is private, but her DMs are wide open. You see, this scarecrow thought it'd be a good idea to slide in a black woman's DM, bully and harass her over having a small disability. Pause and read. Pause and read. Pause and read. You see, this beautiful black woman you decided to harass for having a small disability, when being compared to you is walking art. Black women are literally walking Picassos, which is why snow roaches like you envy us so much. You look like the cashier at H-E-B that has to call the manager every 5 seconds because you're too stupid to work the register. You look like splattered bird shit dried up on the side of someone's car. You couldn't match her beauty if she gave you an audio booklet with a step-by-step description on how to do so. And between me and you, I'm the bigger bully. Sit your ass down.
Think you got game, but you really lame. Did you really think you could play me? Well, you better think again. What you say these girls ain't loyal, but you got 7 girls take this paying your phone. Now tell me who's really loyal? It ain't you. These boys ain't loyal, talking about us girls, saying that we all bodies. But us girls will hold it down, pick you up, weigh you down, and give you anything you want. You tryna run game that's already been paid, gonna get your heart broken. Do you know who you are dealing with? Liar, liar. Thought you were slick. Liar, liar. But I'll always be flyer. Liar, liar. Thought you were slick, but I'll always be flyer.
What up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. If you're new, don't be. Go ahead and click that subscribe button to be a part of the Witness gang, to join the Witness Nation. Now let's get into this, shall we? Hello, you guys, and welcome to the channel. If you're new, don't be.
I'm Whitney.
What up, you guys? Welcome to Whitney DTV. First, let's get into everything, shall we? Welcome. I would love to see where you guys are tuning in from, so please make sure to place your city in the chat and I will make sure to shout you out. What's that? Oh, home of keeping it cute so you won't get the boot. That's right. Make sure you guys, please keep it cute so you won't get the boot. Okay, now what that means is that you do not have to agree with me or my remarks or opinions. This is my channel, however, and I ask that you respect me by respecting yourself. Whatever you have to say it with your chest, but make sure it is respectful. Okay, now in regards to everything that's going on with the R.Kelly trial and things of that nature, it is done. So I ask that you please respect my chat and do not spam my chat with your hashtag free R.Kellys or anything pertaining to that if we are not talking about the topic. Okay, not for nothing, you do not have to agree, so your opinion is duly noted here. Okay, if nothing further, make sure you guys do not forget to stop, like this video, subscribe if you have not, and sharing is caring, so make sure you guys share this video so I can reach a broader audience. Okay, now not for nothing, if you guys would like to join the channel, you can find the link located in the description box down below, or feel free to look above. That's right, right there in the chat. It should be pinned. If it's not, it should be by now. Okay, not for nothing, if you like to support me on a monetary basis, you can support me by Cash App through the money sign Whitney D 2014, or make sure you look at the bottom of the screen and there is located other means of ways to donate to the channel: PayPal, Zelle, or Cash App. If nothing more, thank you and enjoy the show. Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome, y'all. I'm looking a little rugged tonight. Okay, all right. All y'all are getting is your girl's lippy, and it is brought to you by Shay Michelle Cosmetics. Okay, I mean, I'm not a brand ambassador or brand affiliate, but I just believe in her brand. It's Black owned. Okay, check her out. It's Shay Michelle Cosmetics. Okay, the link should still be in the description box. If it's not, then let me know and I will tag her in it. This particular color is sangria, so I love them. Okay, so and then we got some other little goodies to get into that I'm excited about before we start everything. But before all of that, okay, I can't be anything without you wonderful people out there, so I gotta say what's up to y'all. So let's go ahead and get into this chat. Okay, hey Rally, she was the first in the building. Okay, what's up, honey bunches of oats? She said, hey, I'm ready for this good read, Whitney. Let's go. Okay. Hey, Charnette. She said, yes. Me too. Really. I love y'all. Hey, me, myself, and I miss you so much. Missed you, honey. Oh, I didn't know that's what you said. You said hello, missed you all. Missed you. Welcome. Uh-oh. That's my Katie. Pew, pew, pew. Okay, I hope. Oh, girl, I ain't upset at us using that, but it's just, I mean, it's what it is. Let me tell y'all about my girl, Katie, okay? She is one of my craziest mods, okay? And I mean it all due respect, okay? She just don't play about me or this chat or this platform, and ignorance make her itch. Okay, so let's just try to keep her as calm as possible, okay? And the best way to do this is keep it cute in the chat, okay? If you don't, however, she will put those eye emojis on you, let you know I see you, okay? Then from there, if you continue to proceed with your shenanigans, she's going to hit you with them water guns, pew, 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 let you know, all right? Okay, last but not least, you're going to be placed on timeout. From there, you will be kicked on out this chat, okay? But don't let my other chat members get in there, baby, because if you get to seeing them boots, it is what it is. Okay. Not for nothing. Shouts out to Katie. I love her so much. Okay. Hey, Aaron, what's up? Let me borrow one of them. I love y'all so much. Oh, y'all are hilarious. Hey, Isha. Hey, honey. Hey. Hey. Hello. Hey, Travis. Welcome back, honey. Hello. Flawless. Where you been, girl? Hey, with your pretty self. Oh, you so pretty. I like whenever I be on my StreamYard because it blows up y'all pictures and y'all are just gorgeous. I love y'all. Hey, Miss Shirley. Hey. I miss you. Hey, honey. I saw you over on Atmos channel one day. I was just like, oh, Miss Shirley. But I'll be in bushes. I don't be on nobody's chat at all whatsoever. Sharnette said, okay. So I might have missed a discussion about they song. So this song is Miss Clary, but is the first intro song her as well? No. Okay, so let me break it down. Liar, Liar is Azriel Clary. That's her song. The song before that, You Gotta Get With Katie. She was like, who sings that? Okay, so when I edit my videos, because I do my own graphics over here, right? And so they store up songs in the software, right? In the system, right? And if I'm yelling, y'all let me know because I'm thinking that y'all can't pick it up. But anyways, because I feel like I'm yelling. I'm trying to project my voice. But anyways, they have songs that are stored up in the software. And so it was a free uncopywritten song and I like it. I'm a eclectic music person. I don't just like hip hop or R&B. I like it. I like classical, all of that. And so that song stood out to me. I was just like, it's I was just like, if I was waiting, that's a song that I would like to wait on. So it's called 45. Katie is probably by now done posted it, but I don't know who is by, whatever. It was just a free song. Just to give you some background with that. Hey, Ernestine. Hey, honey. Good evening. Good evening. I think that's everybody. Yep. Yeah. Hey. Oh, see, look. Can y'all see that? Do y'all see this? Gorgeous, baby. Gorgeous. You see what I'm saying? That's why they don't like us over here because we just too pretty. There go my Amber. Oh, look at Amber blowing me a kiss. Oh, wait. Oh, I got to do this. Got it. Oh, my Amber Bamber. She going, look at her. I love her. This is my sweetheart. I'm telling you. Okay, let me see. Katie said, I love my disclaimer. I just got to let people know because people probably be like, what is wrong with this woman? Nothing. Okay, not a titi, not a tata. She's good. Era says Whitney finna be one of my mini besties. Hey, I'm for it. Let me see. All right. Okay, I think I said hello to everybody. Okay, so we already got a long reading because this man is long-winded. Okay, but it's very informative, but it's long-winded. I just got to be honest. Okay, but before we get into everything, y'all know me, I support. Okay, and so I got this beautiful dress from a supporter. I mean, she reached out to me and was like, hey, Andrew. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Get my pic on my name. How you do that? Sharnette, y'all help Sharnette get her profile picture together. Okay. Okay. So anyways, okay, yeah. So I had a supporter reach out to me and she was like, Whit, I got you. Wait. Oh, and shouts out to Shazazz Creations who made this tea. Rewind. Y'all know I'll be when we're reading the transcripts or anything, I'll be like, rewind. So she made me a shirt. Okay. So shouts out to Shazazz Creations. Now, her link is located in the description box as well as the members. You get an exclusive percentage off. It's way bigger than just what the normality gets. So members, I gotta post it. I've been slipping on my pimping. But anyways, so I got a supporter who was like, I want to make something for you. I got something for you. And I was just like, I don't have a P.O. box. And I don't play with crazies. You pull up over here, you're gonna be living back. So, I, gave her my address and this came, y'all. Check this out. And my day one supporters know what this is, what this is. That is my first freaking stinking logo. Y'all, this is a dress. This is the top part. And it got my logos everywhere. And then check out the back. This is the back. Okay, but yes, y'all, she made this for me. This is the front. And it go, and look. I said, oh, y'all, you know what? Y'all be doing too much. Okay. But I am going to wear it. And when I wear it, I'm going to tag her. But let me give a little information about her because she makes custom garments and things to that nature. Okay. Let me put it up. I know, right? I'm like, bomb. Okay. I'm like, I love y'all. Okay. So this is her information down here at the bottom of the screen. But yes, y'all, custom made. She asked me my size. She grabbed my logo and she went with it. Now, she's been trying to get in contact with me for the longest. I'm telling y'all, I was hesitant of getting any kind of information. But my husband's like, you need to get a P.O. box. And I do. And I'm going to, especially now, because I see you guys really want to send me stuff. Okay. But yeah, so she created this dress. And her information is right here at the bottom of the screen. It's Creative Creations Publishing's INC. And that's who created this, y'all. So I'm excited about that. Yeah, and her number is 203-668-6851. Or you can hit her up at lovingloyal18@gmail.com and, you know, see what it do, okay? Custom creation. Now, shouts out to her. When I wear it, of course, I'll put it on my wall and all that stuff like that. But I thought that was so sweet. And if y'all want to send me something, I'm going to have to figure that out. But what I'm excited to present to y'all today is Noelle Cosmetics. Now, I told y'all this before, but I was a brand affiliate for Geronda Pace's Noelle. It's a cosmetic line, y'all. Look at this. Check this product out. I'm in the process of building a review about the product, so I'm not going to go into detail about everything, but she sent me a whole little kit of new products. She was like, Whitney, I got some new products. And I mean, I'm excited. I've already started the process of reviewing the products and stuff like that. So I'm excited. Look at all these products, y'all, and her boxing and stuff. It is amazing. Okay. So I don't just talk about it. I really support all the victims, period. Whatever endeavors they do, it's not just Azriel. It's all of them. If you send something to me and, you know, and I like your product, I'm going to support. Okay. So I just wanted to put that out there in the ether before we start everything. So if you want more information about her products, you can check it out right here. Okay. All right. So that's the gist of everything. Shouts out to Geronda. Okay. Okay. So, hey, D Grand. Hey, honey. Hey. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into everything. All right. So, child. All right. Let me go ahead and get into the insert that I always tell you guys. And then I'm going to give you guys an update as to where we're at in the read. Okay. All right. So we are reading Soulless, the case against R.Kelly, right? Okay. So it says in November 2000, Chicago journalist and music critic Jim received an anonymous fax that alleged R.Kelly had a problem with young girls. Weeks later, Jim wrote the shocking story, publishing allegations that the R&B superstar and local hero had groomed girls, sexually abused them, and paid them off. Jim thought his work would have a major impact. Instead, Kelly's career flourished. No one seemed to care. Not the music industry, not the culture at large, not even the parents of numerous other young girls. But for more than 18 years, Jim stayed on the story. He was the one who was given the disturbing videotape that led to Kelly's 2008 child pornography trial, the one whose window was shot out, and the one whom women trusted to tell their stories of a meeting with the superstar at a classroom, a mall, a concert, or a McDonald's that forever warped the course of their lives. Soulless, the case against R. Kelly, is Jim's masterpiece. Sorry. It's Jim's, I'm saying it right. Yeah, it's Jim's masterpiece, a work of tenacious journalism, and powerful cultural criticism. It tells the story of Kelly's career. Jim investigates the world in which the two crossed paths and brings the story up to the moment when things finally seem to have changed. Decades in the making, this is an outrageous, darkly riveting account of the life and actions of R. Kelly and the horrible impact on dozens of girls by the only person to tell it. Okay, so that is just a little insert descriptive passage in regards to what we're going to be reading. Okay, hey diva time, long time no see, honey bunches of oats. Hey, welcome. Okay, so I just wanted to let you guys know that insert in regards to it. Okay, so now let me give you guys a recap of as to what we learned. Okay, so chapter 4, we hear more about Tiffany. Okay, and we hear about some more accounts of stuff being swept up under the rug. This Negro had charges that we weren't privy to, stuff that he paid people up under the rug to take care of as well. So it wasn't just these few little cases and stuff, like it's a lot. Okay, and then we found out that his bodyguards took the fall for him. Okay, and once he paid them for their services, if you will, he started acting like a butthole towards him. Okay, that's what kind of made them start to talk and run their mouths. Okay, now if we have time, my awesome research team, hold on, because I got to shout out to them, baby. I love my research. Shouts out to the WIT Squad research team. Okay, they went and investigated because while I was reading, Jim was just saying a whole lot of stuff in regards to cases and things to that nature. And so I said, just on the stream, I was like, man, I need to investigate this. I need to figure out, XYZ. My freaking research team was on it and found some very interesting things pertaining to that time. So we're going to discuss it if we have time afterwards. Okay. But he's a little long-winded. So we're going to see how long that takes. Diva Time says, I've been trying to give our Smelly a little less time so I can be re-energized for the Illinois case. Yes. And you guys, the Illinois case, from what I heard, it's going to start this week. Okay. But I'm hoping that they don't settle out of court. Like this goes all the way. But if it was best for him, he probably should settle out of court. Okay. But yes, it's supposed to start this week. Okay. But hi, Diva Time. Hey, Lady G. You did not. We're about to start. You didn't miss anything. You didn't miss anything. Hey, Monique, she said, hey, I just finished catching up. Yes, you're right on time. Now we're about to get into the read, okay? We're on chapter 5. It's called Numerous. All right. So let's go ahead and get into this. I was just giving you guys an update in regards to it. So no pressure for those that are coming in. All right. Hey, Long Star, welcome. What up, homie? Thank you, Travis. Travis says chapter 5 shorter than chapter 4. Okay. All right, cool. If it's that short, that's perfect because we can get into the skinny of things. We can have a little chit chat or whatever. So let's get into it. Hey, beautifully animated. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get into this good old read. I think I'm gonna go off the screen because again, I know a lot of people like to mute me sometimes when I get talkative and like to read. So I want to make sure that the whole screen is provided for you guys. Okay. So I'm going to remove myself. But first and foremost, let me get a shout out to the R.Kelly case open discussion. This is where I obtained the book from. And I always want to make sure that I give a credit where credit is due. So shouts out to the R.Kelly case open discussion. You can find it on YouTube. Facebook, Lord. You can find that group on Facebook, okay? All right, so let me go ahead and put that on the screen and let me remove myself and let's get into it, okay? I'm blowing it up a little bit so I can see it a little bit more, okay? Hopefully this won't make it to where it's hard for me to slide it. Okay. All right, y'all, so grab your popcorn or whatever. your little snack packs, and let's get into it, okay? All right. I'm gonna do that. Okay. Chapter 5. Numerous. During our reporting in late 2000 for the first story in the Chicago Sun-Times about R. Kelly's oh, hold on, y'all. I'm about to knock Geronda's box down. Let me move it out the way. Okay, sorry. R. Kelly's pursuit of underage girls. Several of my sources told me that the girl in Miami, Abden Palash, and I never succeed in tracking her down, but she emailed me 18 years later. Oh. And we began a series of long and emotional phone calls during which she spoke publicly for the first time about the sexual contact she says she had with Kelly 23 years earlier when she was 17, when she was 17 years old. On May 4, 2018, I finally told her story in BuzzFeed News. The girl in Miami was Lizette Martinez. Wow. Hoo-hoo. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. All right, Lizette. And Lizette follows me. So shouts out to Lizette. So hold on, y'all. Let me get this. Okay. I was trying to get my phone together. Okay. After school one evening in the winter of 1995, 2 years after Tiffany Hawkins ended her relationship with Kelly, and a year before she sued him, Lizette went to the mall in Miami's northern suburb of Adventure. She strolled around window shopping while she waited for her best friend, Michelle Powery, to finish her shift at the merry-go-round clothing store. Inseparable since age 12, the two teenagers were now cheerleaders in their last year at North Miami Beach Senior High School. A light-skinned Puerto Rican with Floyd black hair, almond eyes, and a radiant smile. Lizette went to church every week and got excellent grades in school. Though she and Michelle also enjoyed sneaking into the clubs and hitting the dance floor, they chuckled when anyone called them party girls because neither drank, did drugs, or slept around. Dreaming of a career in the music business, Lizette sang in a female vocal trio called Sweet Sensations. But the group fell apart because one of her bandmates argued with her boyfriend, who pretended to be their manager. When Lizette spotted one of her musical idols strolling through Adventure Mall with a bodyguard, she let out an audible squeal. I followed music, and I saw him with a really tall guy, maybe 7 feet tall. And I said, oh, wait, I'm sorry. I thought, okay, let me, sorry, y'all got to get in character. My bad. I followed music, and I saw him with a really tall guy, maybe 7 foot tall. And I said, oh, that's R.Kelly. I guess he overheard me, and he came over and gave me a hug, and I was kind of stunned. After Kelly walked away, the bodyguard pressed a tiny balled up piece of paper with a phone number into her hand and told her she should meet them later by the Sports Authority on Boscani Boulevard. Lizette couldn't wait to tell Michelle, but her best friend was unimpressed. She told me that she just met R. Kelly, and I was like, okay, whatever. Michelle agreed to tag along to Sports Authority anyway, thinking it would be an adventure. So we went to go meet him at this parking lot, and he was there with a bunch of other guys. I remember one gentleman's name was Barry, and they took us to Outback. Wow. Hold up. Rewind. Niggas say what? me run that back. I remember one gentleman's name was Barry, and they took us to Outback. Barry was Barry Hankerson, Kelly's manager. During dinner at Outback Steakhouse, Lizette noticed that Hankerson kept looking at her with fatherly concern. It's like he felt bad, like he wanted to help me. Yeah, but he didn't though. Child, please. Just like he didn't know what was going on with his niece and him. Child, please. Child, please. Child. Child, please. If you're going to help somebody, okay, let me stop. Anyways, the marriage between Kelly and Hankerson's niece, Aaliyah, had been annulled only a few months earlier. The age of consent. So this dude is still is with him while he's picking up a girl that clearly looks underage, that has on a cheerleading uniform. And you mean to tell me that you sat there with a look of concern, but you did nothing? Child, please. Barry can go kick rocks. Child, please. Child, please. The age of consent in Florida was 18, and Lizette didn't lie to Kelly. I said, I'm 17, and I'm in high school, It just came up at dinner, and Robert was like, oh, okay. She also told the star she sang, and he seemed eager to audition her. He makes it seem like he's the coolest guy in the world, and he's out to help you. Less shy and more direct than Lizette, Michelle came right out and asked the question many have been posing since the marriage certificate appeared in Vibe a year earlier. Didn't you marry Aaliyah? Neither team knew at the time that Hankerson was Aaliyah's uncle, but the question embarrassed Lizette nonetheless. Her cheeks flushed bright red. I almost died. Barry was sitting there, and it was just like dead silence. Finally, Kelly spoke up. You can't believe everything you read. The next day, the girls accepted Kelly's invitation to visit Hit Factory Criteria recording studio, where the singer was holed up recording new material. I sang for him, and he played the piano, Lizette said. He said he wanted to help me and develop me and write songs, and I was really excited about it. I was like, wow, finally, my chance. But Kelly never recorded with her. He would say to me, when I get Rockland Records going, I'll help you as an artist. Because he was going to start his own label. I was writing songs myself, but he was always busy. That's what he'd say.
Where you running to, bro? I see you, bro.
During subsequent visits to the studio, Michaela said the touring bodyguard pulled her to the side while Kelly took Lizette into another room. The bodyguard seemed to have eyes for Michaela. Michelle, my bad. But she wasn't interested. Wow. Uh-huh. Nasty. That was not my cup of tea. She only went to the studio to look after her friend. As much as I could, I would try to be around. I would try to be around Lizette when she was with him to make sure that everything was okay. Word spread around school that the girls were hanging out with a superstar. It was a big thing, Michelle said, but Kelly always seemed to make sure that no one outside his inner circle saw him with Lizette. It was like he kept me hidden, she said. Soon enough, he pressured her to tell Michelle to stop coming around too. Lizette cried a lot when we first talked on the phone, and She sometimes broke down completely. Then she take a deep breath. I'm all right. And push forward with her story. The sexual contact with the 28-year-old star started within a month of that dinner at Outback. She said, and it continued. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. There it goes. And it continued for more than 3 years after he took her virginity. Mm, 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 mm. I had stars in my eyes. I came from a broken home. I didn't have a lot of support from my family, and I wanted to make it, you know? I mean, 17, I was like really naive, really innocent. Most are, baby. Most kids are naive and innocent at that age. Michelle believes she knows why Kelly chose Lizette. He seemed to look for girls who didn't believe in themselves or had dad issues. Lizette had daddy issues. Another member of Kelly's inner circle at that time put it like this: night after night, the studio or the green room backstage might fill with 20 beautiful women. 19 could be 21-year-olds. But Kelly consistently focused on the self-conscious teen standing alone in the corner, staring at her feet, too shy to talk. He likes the babies, and that's the sickness, Demetrius Smith confirmed. He can control her, and she don't know no better. Wow. When Lizette spent the night with Kelly, she lied and told her parents she stayed with Michelle. Sounds familiar. That's what happened with me. That's what you do when you're young. Eventually, her mother and stepfather learned she was dating an older man. They didn't approve, and Lizette moved out and stayed with Michelle's family. She really spent most of her time with Kelly. At first, in the studio or at his hotel in Miami, then in Chicago. I was always hotel hopping, Lizette said. She sometimes visited Chicago Track, the new recording studio. Oh, hold on, y'all. Let me get my charger. Let me get a charger. My phone died. Okay. The new recording studio Kelly co-owned in a warehouse on North uh, Larabi Street near the Cabernet Green housing project, but she never went to the home he had recently purchased for $3 million in a converted Baptist church on George Street in the North Side's Lakeview neighborhood. She didn't learn Kelly married Andrea Lee, his former dancer, until a year after their 1996 wedding. But Lizette knew the singer slept with other women. I couldn't be with him all the time because there were a million other women with all the time. Despite his wealth, Kelly was a crude man. Many sources told me, often going for days without showering and sometimes wearing the same sweatpants for a week. Nasty nigga. Oh, nasty, stinking, sweaty balls. Ooh, ooh, that's nasty. It reminded me of that homeless lady who said that when he forced her to go down on him, that he smelled. Ooh, stanky. Stanky, stanky man, you old stanky, stanky man, you sweaty ball, stanky man. Go get in the shower, nigga. Ah, woo. Anyways, I could never understand the women. I'd be like, how could you be with him when he stinks like that? I mean, this boy just left the basketball game and he ain't took a shower. I'm telling you. Demetrius Smith said, music was a huge part of the lure. The girls hoped he would give them a career as he had Aaliyah. And of course, he played his own music for them. Robert will sit in front of that piano and play to you and create a song right there in front of you. Smith said, I've seen Robert make women melt. Lizette loved sitting beside Kelly at the piano while he sang. He would never write anything down. It was just off the top of his head. And I was really impressed by him. Girl, because he couldn't write. That's why he never wrote nothing down. Okay? Nothing sexy about it. Nigga couldn't read or write. So he had nothing to write down, baby. If anything, he probably had a voice recorder that you didn't see that was somewhere hidden. Okay? Child. Girl, I'm telling you, these kids, baby, they're not impressed. And sometimes she wrote down the lyrics. Boom, told you. Told you, girl. Told you, girl. Told you. She wrote down the lyrics. He just improvised or sung from memory. He had trouble doing that himself. The relationship had warning signs, but Lizette didn't recognize them. It was very controlled. What I wore, how I spoke, who my friends were, who I could bring around. Kelly made her call him daddy. She had to ask for food like he owned me. And he pressured her to perform some sexual acts against her will, including anal play and threesomes with another girl. I knew that he was weird sexually, even though he was my first everything. It was just not normal to me. His way of talking me into it was like, I don't think it's weird, so you shouldn't think it's weird. She took a deep breath. He has a way with people, with women. He's just so controlling, so abusive. When Lizette didn't please him, she said Kelly lashed out. She claims the physical abuse started in Miami when she spoke to a driver Kelly sent to pick her up at school. I couldn't talk to any of them, you know? When she did, she says she got smacked. Another time, they went to dinner before heading to the studio. I said hello to someone, and he took me outside and he just smacked me. She said, I didn't understand why, but basically the instructions was when you're sitting at the table, you only look at me and you only talk to me. The worst beating occurred at Swinseltil, whatever, Chicago. Lizette said she saw Kelly's car downstairs, but he didn't come to her room. When he finally appeared, I asked him, do you have other girls here? Oh, God. He beat the shit out of me that night, grabbing me, dragging me in the room. Someone heard, and I guess they called security. He was hiding behind the door when security came, and they asked, are you okay? Clearly, they knew I wasn't because obviously Lizette broke down in tears, reliving that moment. But he was on the side of me, and he was looking like, if you say something, I'm going to kill you. And I just said, I'm fine. Kelly always seemed repentant after he got physical, Lizette said. Then he'd be a nice guy. You know, I love you. I'm sorry. You know, I'm going to help you. I'm going to do everything for you, but you have to listen to me. It was always I wasn't listening to him. I wasn't doing what he wanted me to do. I wasn't being the way he wanted me to be. A typical domestic abusive relationship, and this was like my first relationship in my life. Lizette told her friend Michelle about the abuse at the time. He'd leave her trapped up in a hotel room, and there was a couple of times where she called me and she was stranded and he was nowhere to be found. Michelle said she mentioned sometimes that he had rough-handed her. The relationship began to unravel when Lizette grew tired of waiting alone in hotel rooms. Then a year and a half after, then a year and a half after they met, when she was 18, she said she became pregnant with Kelly's child. He wanted me to have an abortion. I came from a very Catholic background and I didn't believe in abortion. I was so scared. You know, I'm in Chicago by myself. This person is telling me this and he's never around and I'm young. One night I was waiting at the Marriott downtown on Chicago's Magnificent Mile. She miscarried. She tried to call Kelly but couldn't reach him, and she went through the experience alone. I guess it was for the best. I didn't want to go through that abortion. The end finally came a year later. A little more than 3 years into the relationship, after Lizette caught what? Mononucleus? He had mono and he counseled some shows and he never told me. Ooh. Wow. After I saw him a week later, I started to feel really sick. And I went to the hospital. They said, "You have mono. You need to go home." So I tried calling him. He wouldn't answer. My mono turned into what? Julian Berry, and my body basically shut down. I was almost completely paralyzed. Dang. My lungs almost collapsed. She spent almost 3 weeks in intensive care back in Miami. Wow. Wow. Dang. And I'm not even being funny. That sucks, yo. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Oh, okay. Mm, ew. Okay, I'm sorry. So by definition, um, often called mono or kissing disease, an infection with the Epstein-Barr virus. Mono is transmitted by saliva. Symptoms include fatigue, fever, rash, and swollen glands. The elderly may not have typical symptoms. Treatment involves rest, fluids, and over-the-counter pain and fever-reducing medicines to ease symptoms. Dang, this nasty, 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 nasty nigga. That is some nasty stuff, you nasty bastard. That man was disgusting. I'm sorry. He wasn't even a clean, nasty nigga. He was a like dude, like you are R.Kelly, and you would think that he would at least be a clean little nasty bastard, but no. Oh, child. Mm, 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 mm. Ugh. Ugh. She spent almost 3 weeks in intensive care back in Miami. My parents called him and he sent $1,000 check to my mother. Rosa, that's all I'm going with. I'm not going to go into that name. Balanova, whatever. Lizette's mother confirmed that she got a check. "I cannot stand this man," she said. Still furious many years later. She cried as we talked too. It's not just my daughter. He does this to young girls. I was devastated. When she came back, she was not the same. Oh, sounds familiar. None of these girls are the same after their encounter with this man, period, or the men. Mentally, physically, and emotionally, she was not the same. After that, I was done, Lizette said. I was really hurt. I was damaged. I didn't want to do music anymore. I kind of gave up on my dreams. I wanted to live a normal life. I was too young to go through those things. In her early 20s, Lizette moved on with her life. She reconnected with a high school crush. They married, and she had twins. She initially thought about speaking out after she learned about the first story Abden and I published in December 2000. She thought about it again 2 years later. When she saw a report on local Miami TV news that mentioned Kelly settling several lawsuits brought by underage girls. She contacted an attorney who told her she could get justice by making Kelly pay, but she decided against it. I wasn't in it. Ever for money. I didn't want to go through that. I was hurt by him, but I couldn't rehash it again. It was just too much pain, and I had a new life. The lawyer Lizette Martinez called, but never hired, was Susan E. Chicago lawyer Susan Logans usually gets what she wants. Reads the subhead of a glowing 1994 profile by Chicago Tribune business reporter Genevieve Buck. It portrays a maverick attorney with a list of professional and personal accomplishments so long it is hard as we talked via Skype. Logan's reiterated that in addition to being one of the best personal injury lawyers in the country, just to get her hair cut. I decided that I wanted to be able to have like a pop hairdo in the evening when I went to the Snuggery, a bar on Chicago's Gold Coast. But I had to be able to look like a trial lawyer during the day. And I figured if I went someplace where they did actresses, they would do that. Invariably described as flashy, flamboyant, brash, sultry, and smart. Buck wrote, Logan's told me she doesn't disagree with that, description. Born on New Year's Eve, 1949, in the downstate Illinois farming town of Clinton, population 5,945 in 1950. She was raised by a divorced mom who was also a lawyer and who served as a lieutenant commander in the Navy. Logan's originally enrolled as a primed student at the University of Arkansas because Playboy had named it one of the top party schools. Over the next few years, she transferred to several other colleges, earned several degrees, and passed the bar. Bottom line, great grades, but I decided against medicine. I got my master's first in psychology, and I got my PhD after that. Now, I wanted to be a trial lawyer because of the audience factor, because I wanted to do great things and be recognized. With a $60,000 loan, Logan's opened her own firm in 1977. She quickly made her name by winning big money in malpractice cases, including 2.75 million settlement for a suit in DuPage County and a 4.5 million judgment in Will County. She loved media attention, kept a thick stack of her clips, and never said no to a television or radio interview. She also had her own call-in radio show for a few years. Not surprisingly, Logan's made enemies. They called me Dragon Lady around town, and she told Buck in the tribe, I am very tenacious. I consider myself an extremely moral person with the highest of ethics within the bounds of doing everything ethical. Yes, I'm tough because I will do whatever it takes within those boundaries to be successful. 48 years old when Tiffany Hawkins settled in 1998, Logan's turned pursuing cases brought by the underage girls against R.Kelly into a specialty for the next 2 decades. Word on the street got out after Tiffany that if you want to get money from Kelly, you hire Logan's. One of Kelly's former associates told me, citing attorney-client confidentiality, she's rarely commented about those cases on the record. And she's never told me exactly how many of his victims she's represented. Numerous is all she'd say every time I asked for 18 years. Wow. So it's more victims out there, y'all, that he done paid. I had confirmed the names of 6 girls who hired her, but sources say the total is about a dozen. Wow. I tried again to get Logan's to confirm that in early 2019, asking if I'd be wrong if I reported 12. She laughed. She'd seen all the presidents me too, and she just said numerous one more time. Of the numerous claims Logan has brought against Kelly, most have settled out of court. Her firm has filed over 3 lawsuits against the star. 16-year-old Tiffany was the first. 16-year-old Tracy Sampson was the second. And once again, Abden and I reported it first in the Sun Times. Wow. Growing up with a single mom in Park Forest, a mostly Black suburb southwest of Chicago, Tracy masked her teenage insecurities with the self-confident drive and precocious attitude befitting a rapper. Tall and skinny with a long, pretty face and tightly wound braids, she got excellent grades in high school in neighborhood Richton Park, and she graduated a year early. She enrolled in the music business program of Columbia College Chicago in the South Loop. As a college sophomore, she wrote her own artist's biography under her chosen stage name, Royalty. At the age of 9 years old, Tracy, Royalty Sampson, started writing her own songs. By the age of 12 years old, Tracy discovered she didn't just have a lot of writing and arranging her own music, but also for all aspects of the music industry, especially performing in the promotions aspects as well. At the age of 13, Tracy decided she would like to pursue a career as a rap artist, but she wanted a stage name that defined her true personality. That's when a friend came up with the name Royalty, because she said Tracy only wants the best in life. By the age of 14, Tracy had arranged and co-produced her first demo tape. Tracy decided at the age of 16 she had nothing in common with her peers. So her love for the music industry drove her to graduate from high school early and with honors. During her first year of Columbia College Chicago, the ambitious 16-year-old secured an internship in marketing with the regional office of Epic Records. There, Tracy reported to supervise Kathy Carroll, a promotions manager who also did some work with R. Kelly, even though he recorded for uh, a competing label. In April 2000, Tracy tagged along with Carroll to an expo for Today's Black Women, sponsored by Chicago radio station B103 FM at the Hyatt Regency Hotel near downtown's Magnificent Mall. Kelly was appearing at the event, and Tracy dragged her friend Kelly W along too. They wanted to get the star's autograph for another friend, Harriet, who couldn't come because she couldn't skip school. Now, Kelly hugged Tracy when Carol introduced them, and he started to put his phone number under his autograph on a headshot. Until Tracy told him the signature was for her friend Harriet. Instead, Kelly scrawled his phone number on a small piece of cardboard and whispered in Tracy's ear, "Call me." Then he hugged her again. That night, Tracy called from her friend Kelly W.'s house, and Kelly W. listened in as the star invited Tracy to Chicago track. According to Tracy's lawsuit and Kelly W.'s sworn affidavit, at the studio, the star played the girls' two new songs, "Hold On to Me," which later appeared on the soundtrack to the 2001 film Ali, and "True Baller," released the same year as the B-side of the single Fiesta remix. As they listened, Kelly W. said Tracy made suggestions and criticisms that R. Kelly seemed to appreciate. A member of his crew later told me the star couldn't help but laugh. This mouthy little bitch giving him advice on his mixes was pretty funny. As one of his bodyguards sat chatting with Kelly W., the singer led Tracy by the hand to another room. According to her lawsuit, they kissed and he asked her to masturbate him. What the hell? She refused. So he masturbated himself in front of her. Although Tracy said Kelly scolded her when she arrived with friends, telling her never to bring anyone to the studio without first clearing it with him, she kept returning to tracks. She wanted to learn from the singer, producer, and songwriter. And her lawsuit included a long list of the mentoring lessons he gave her. Robert Kelly told me about the right and wrong use of other people's work as samples. Robert Kelly told me to write the hook of a song first, and referred me to Jay-Z because he is a genius at hooks. Robert Kelly looked at my demo package and critiqued it. He also advised her against working with Eric Payton, who been MGM's manager and who's shown interest in signing Tracy. The sexual contact started within the first few weeks, and it lasted from the spring of 2000 until the fall of 2001. According to Tracy's lawsuit, Abden and I looked at each other in disbelief when we read that. Now, another affair with an underage girl who could not legally consent, and this one was ongoing even while we were doing the reporting for our first story about Kelly's predatory pursuits. Tracy claimed in her lawsuit that she lost her virginity to the star at age 16. I was lied. Oh, I was lied to by him. I was coerced into receiving oral sex from a girl I did not want to have sex with. I was often treated as his personal sex object and cast aside. He would tell me to come to his studio and have sex with him, then tell me to go. He often tried to control every aspect of my life, including who I would see and where I would go during our sexual encounters. He would make me do disgusting things like stick my finger up his butt. Oh, gross. Child. This nigga gay. Okay? Period. Period, poo. Nigga, that's gay. No offense to the gay people out there, but nigga, when you download and you're subjecting people to diseases that you can have, that's disgusting, yo. And I mean download to the aspect that you're download with all this sex that you're having with even these women. That's download. Let's make that very clear, ladies and gentlemen. Download is not just with the same sex. If you are not being honest with your sexual partners and letting them know what they are possibly getting exposed to, nigga, you download. Or chick, you download. And that's disgusting. Ugh. Oh, stanky booty ass. Ugh. As a result of this relationship, I am seeing a counselor. I have increased stress in my life. I am afraid of trusting people. I get headaches whenever I see or hear Robert Kelly. I cry when I think about him and what he made me do. Tracy later said that during sexual contact, Kelly often told her, "Tell daddy how old you are." Wow. The threesome especially upset Tracy. Her friend Harriet said in her sworn statement, Tracy was emotionally upset after she stopped seeing R.Kelly as well. She often felt disgusted with herself and would cry all the time. The lawsuit included corroborating records about Tracy's sub, yes. Okay, got you. I got you, baby. Okay. All right, I got you. Yes, baby. Okay. Anyway, subsequent medical and psychiatric care, as well as dozens of pages of phone logs tracking the star's calls to her. It also included travel records documenting the trip Tracy took with him to Tampa in January 2001 to attend Super Bowl. Oh, okay. And I guess everybody set him up with this too, right? Oh, okay. Child. Nigga kept a paper trail. Kelly favored basketball over football, but the NFL invited him to be to the big game after he sang at the halftime show for that year's NFC championship 2 weeks earlier at Giants Stadium in New Jersey's Meadowlands. Abdon never found notice of a settlement in Tracy's case, but Logan's confirmed to us that several months after filing the lawsuit, Kelly paid her client in exchange for signing a non-disclosure agreement like the one that ended Tiffany's claim. Years later, Edgars of the Washington Post reported that Tracy got the same amount as Tiffany, $250,000, presumably keeping the same 2/3 after Logan's legal fees and costs. Citing her concerns for other girls entangled with Kelly and her frustrations with how the star treated her, Tracy spoke to Eggers publicly for the first time. He makes you feel like he's a wounded puppy, like he's hurt so deeply. That's their good there. There's good there. He just can't get it. He just can't get it all out. Being so much older now, I see how wrong stuff was and how ultimately gross and pedophilish it was. But that's something you have to have your adult brain process. Oh, say it for me now. Run that back. What she say? What she say? She said. But that's something you have to have your adult brain process. Okay. Tracy also told the Post that Kathy Carroll, the supervisor at Epic Records, fired her from her internship. She told me I was a stupid bitch and I shouldn't have talked to him. Well, damn. Tracy gave up her dream of working in the music business, believing her reputation had been poisoned. Eggers talked to Carroll, who by 2018 had become a senior director of radio promotions and strategy for the gospel label RCA Inspiration. Rob is really a good person, she said. I think he's just troubled like a lot of these other artists are. Tracy had been starstruck, Carroll continued. A lot of these women who claim stuff, they put themselves out there like that. And then they want to turn around and sue people and sue men. And a lot of times it's not really the men. I just know that people who are artsy are kind of cool, I guess. Different. But he has got a very good heart. Nigga say, what, girl, child, nigga, whoever you are, bye, child. In their response to Tracy's legal filings, Kelly's attorney, Chicagoan John M. Tohi, whatever, and Los Angeles-based Gerald Margolis included a paragraph citing the star's many charitable works as evidence of that good heart. Kelly has visited schools to give talks to students regarding staying in school and other topics. He has participated in charity events to help provide foods to children. He has visited hospitals to visit sick children. He has provided Christmas gifts to sick children. He has participated in religious meetings with children and others. Well, how about this nigga did all these? Let me read. How about he go and visit a college with old people? Regarding staying in school and topics like that. How about he also participated in events to help provide food for grown people that are in shelters, not children? How about he go visit hospitals of sick grown people instead of children? How about he provides Christmas gifts to grown people instead of sick children? How about he participate in religious meetings with grown people and others and not kids? I'm just saying. Stay away from the kids, Kelly. Nigga boy. Ooh. Child, please. Every place that you named that he went was a child involved. And I guarantee you he was scoping out the ones that were worse off. In the fall of 2001, Kelly also wrote a song called Soldier's Heart, released as a single and dedicated to the heroes of September 11th. He and Jive Records pledged that all proceeds would benefit the Army Emergency Relief Organization and hospitalized veterans in the Chicagoland area. The Dole Heavy Ballot flopped, peaking at number 80 on Billboard's Hot 100. But it had a second life in spring of 2003 during the United States invasion of Iraq. Radio stations around the country are playing it in around the clock. Read a statement from the Kelly camp written by his new publicist Alan Mayer. A few months later, the star announced a concert at the Bell County Exposition Center in Belton, Texas, near Fort Hood, with all proceeds benefiting the Texas Military Family Foundation. Now, keep your ass out of Texas. Keep your behind out of Texas. Oh, wait, you're locked up. They won't let you out. So we ain't got worried no more. I could find no records or follow-up stories of proceeds from the release of the single or ticket sales from the concert benefiting any military charities. When I asked a Job Records publicist about how much they had raised, she could not give a number. Child, please. Man, the only reason he ever gave anyone anything is he seen folks like Michael Jackson and Michael Jordan do it. The former associate told me he thought that's what he had to do to be big time, that it would be good for business. Yeah, now it's going to make it wash away all the dirt that you're doing. Just like Bill Cosby. Y'all think that daggone Cosby show, that's how he was in real life. Now that Negro was drugging and raping women, and they didn't know alleged. He said it, but he got off on the technicality. Okay? I don't give a damn about no Cosby show. Hell out of here. So Kelly didn't really care about the troops, I asked. My source laughed. Shit, man, Robert don't give a shit about nobody but himself. And I concur. I would agree. I would agree, sir. In April 2002, Susan Logan's brought her third claim against R.Kelly on behalf of a new client, Patrice Jones, who said she began having sexual contact with the star 3 years earlier when she was 16. For the first time, the Sun-Times, the Tribune, and other media outlets in Chicago all reported the lawsuit the day it was filed at Cook County Circuit Court. Kelly's attorneys, John M. Tuohy and Gerald Margolis, denied the accusations and vowed they never settle. The cash machine is closed, Margolis said. Kelly's lawyers paid Patrice in exchange for signing an NDA. 8 months later, but once again, her lawsuit and interviews with other sources told a harrowing tale. Patrice's story began at the Rock and Roll McDonald's. Nigga. On the corner of North Clark and West Ontario Streets, in a stretch of downtown catering to tourists after a long day at the Sun-Times in the spring of 2002. I walked 7 blocks north and west to the massive 2-story, garnishly decorated fast food franchise, the Rock and Roll McDonald's. Had been built in 1983, and it once held the distinction of being the chain's busiest outlet in the United States. Now, by 2002, the novelty had long since worn off, and it was notably primarily for higher prices for the same fare sold beneath all the other golden arches. The chain finally tore down the musically themed restaurant in 2018 and replaced it with a new supersized green one. I bought a Diet Coke and initially sat at the third table from the left facing the front door. I took in the smell of French fries and burger grease, the harsh neon lights making the bright yellow and red fixtures and plastic furniture glow, and the cheesy displays of music. You okay? Okay. Music memorabilia and artifacts from the chain's history, guitars, 45s, milkshake mixtures, and vintage ads. Most dating from the era when Ray Kroc opened his first restaurant in suburban Des Plaines in 1955. The place bustled with the usual mix of suburbanities, out of town visitors, down on their luck city dwellers, nursing half empty cups of coffee, and groups of 3 or 4 teenagers sitting together, laughing and sometimes singing along to pop songs blaring on the sound system, including the current hits "Foolish" by Ashanti and "Don't Let Me Get Me" by Pink. No self-respecting musical superstar would step foot in this place, I thought, but I'd heard for months that R.Kelly came here often. He always sat at the third table from the left facing the front door in the spot I'd taken. He didn't materialize that night, and I hadn't hoped he would. I just wanted to see what he saw. Well, Jim, baby, if it wasn't little niggas and negroids running around, baby, you weren't gonna see what he saw. Okay. Yeah, we don't. A lot of people don't have eyes like R. Kelly. Okay. Early in my career at Jersey Journal, editors Pat Martinez and Margaret Skimmett taught me that sometimes you choose your stories and sometimes they choose you. In either case, you are not a journalist if you don't follow them through to the end. Without visiting Rock and Roll, McDonald's, Kenwood Academy, or Evergreen Plaza, and the other shopping malls Kelly frequent, do y'all see the all these areas were just with kids? This was predatorial. What are we talking about here, child? Okay. Readers might not understand how disturbing it was to think of the star haunting these places. That's what I'm saying. Me and you, Jim. Me and you. Big old funky booty nigga just glooming around everywhere. Hi, how are you? Take my number. Sound like Count Dracula or whatever in this piece. More important, without meeting any of those girls, it may be impossible to feel the same empathy for what they told me about having their dreams crushed, finding themselves separated from friends and family, and sometimes being hurt to the point where they tried to harm themselves. I've seen the scars physically and mentally. I'm telling you about it, hoping you will write about it, and Robert will stop hurting the people he's hurting. The anonymous facts that started it all I had read, but I wasn't trying to save anybody. This was a story, and it had chosen me. According to Patrice's lawsuit around 11:31 night in December 1998, Kelly was holding court with 2 of his bodyguards and a third friend at his usual table when she and her cousin entered the Rock and Roll McDonald's. Patrice wore her hair in elaborate bun that framed her face, her pretty face, and she sported a full-length white silk dress and a big wrist corsage. She and Charisse, both high school seniors, had just come from their prom because their overcrowded CPS high school in the city's South Shore neighborhood had staggered schedules with 2 graduation ceremonies a year. It held a winter ball at a banquet hall, as well as a traditional senior prom in the spring. While their tuxedo dates, Kareem and Keon waited outside in a rented limousine. Patrice and her cousin got online and ordered cheeseburgers, fries, and sodas for 4. Both fans of Kelly, the girls took a few minutes to recognize the man in the sloppy gym clothes staring at them. When the realization hit, they giggled and waved, or Kelly smiled and waved back. One of Kelly's bodyguards approached Patrice and handed her a balled up napkin with a phone number written on it. The singer wanted her to call him, the man said, but she shouldn't tell anybody. Ignoring those instructions, she and Charisse ran outside and gushed to their dates about who was hanging out at Mickey D's. The boys went in to take a look and they saw that the girls hadn't been bullshit. Seeing R. Kelly at the Rock and Roll McDonald's was all anyone could talk about when the limousine pulled away. But Patrice's date didn't find the encounter nearly as exciting as the rest of the group. He'd heard stories about Kelly's appetites, and the singer had once tried to pick up his sister. Child. An aspiring record producer, Patrice hoped to follow in the footsteps of Missy Elliott. A week after the prom, she called the number on the napkin. Kelly invited her to visit Chicago Track so he could show her how the mixing board and the racks of recording equipment worked. Patrice was devoted to her grandmother, Rosie, and they spent a lot of time together. In the months to come, Rosie often picked up the phone when Kelly called the house looking for her granddaughter. She didn't approve when Patrice came home in a cab in the middle of the night, and she worried about what was going on at the studio. Although Patrice told Kelly she was 16, she said the sexual contact began shortly after they met and continued for 9 months. When Abdom and I charted the dates on the timeline, we began keeping the sexual contacts with Patrice came after those with Tiffany, Aaliyah, and the girl in Miami, who I later learned was Lizette. But before the sexual contacts with Tracy Sampson, the 5 girls sometimes overlapped within a 5-year period, and there were others still, including Tiffany's Kenwood Academy classmate and the girl in Los Angeles from the video show. It was all getting very, very confusing and overwhelming. Patrice's lawsuit contained fewer graphic details than the claims Logan's firm brought for Tiffany and Tracy. It did say Kelly once had sexual contact with Patrice while another woman watched, and that Patrice had sexual contact with the singer at his studio, in several downtown hotels, and on his tour bus when she accompanied him to New York for a concert at the Nassau Coliseum on Long Island. The lawsuit claimed Kelly sometimes gave Patrice gifts or small sums of money, and once a woman named Regina took her to Chicago's magnificent mall luxury shopping strip along Michigan Avenue. She is R. Kelly's aunt that took me shopping at R. Kelly's direction to buy clothes. Child, please. Oh, hold on. Whew. This is too much. Patrice said Kelly often called publicist Regina Daniels and her husband, Aunt Regina, and Uncle George, though they were not related. Regina was the spokeswoman. I called for a comment in the first story, Abner, and I reported the one who hinted that I should kiss her ass. In September 1999, at age 17, Patrice said she told Kelly she was pregnant. God dang. Got to be more careful. He insisted that she have an abortion, but she did not want to go through with it. The first time the bodyguard who gave her the napkin took her to Concord Medical Group on West Grand Street, she told the doctor she changed her mind and left, still allegedly carrying Kelly's child. That night, the singer, a 32-year-old married father with a 2-year-old daughter, put Patrice up in a downtown hotel. When he visited, she said he exploded. She cried inconsolably, but he eventually convinced her to have the abortion. Wow. Through anger, threats, and then persuasion, he also began crying, stating that his career would be ruined. The next day, the same assistant drove Patrice to see another doctor at the Family Planning Associates clinic on West Washington Street. She admitted she lied about her age when filling out the medical consent forms. Still, only 17. She claimed to be older, but she once again tried to avoid having the procedure, fleeing the clinic. The assistant followed, she said, and he dragged her back from a Chicago Red Hot stand a block away. He paid for the abortion with $300 in cash. The relationship ended less than 3 months later. In December 1999, but Patrice was crushed, according to her lawsuit and my other sources. In addition to pledging his love, Kelly promised to help launch her career, but they never recorded together. Once again, Abdon charted the legal proceedings, though various motions, counter motions, and notices of depositions until a sudden settlement in January of 2003. The file never specified an amount for damages other than in excess of $50,000 for emotional and physical injuries, embarrassment, shame, fear, and guilt over having an abortion. We never learned the amount Patrice received, but Logan's confirmed the payment had been made in exchange for another NDA. I don't like going back into the past, Patrice told Eggers of the Washington Post years later. I feel like God is the judge, man is not the judge. Everything that he's doing, he's got to pay for. He's probably already paying for it. Girl, you got that right, girl. He is already paying for it. Okay. None of these cases, Susan Logan's took lead to criminal charges against Kelly. Though the statute of limitations had not expired for statutory rape charges in Illinois, the lawsuits also raised the possibility of federal charges, since they claimed Kelly traveled with the underage girls and had sex with them in 6 other states, as well as in Washington, D.C. In one of the most famous cases of underage sex in pop music history, Chuck Berry had been sentenced to 60 months in federal prison and a $5,000 fine for having sexual contact with a 14-year-old after traveling with her across state lines. Violating the so-called Mann Act, he served 3 years in federal prison. Oh, that exists. and somebody else had to get that done to them. Wow, it's not just a black man. Oh, tell me something. Okay. Uh-oh. He served 3 years in federal prison. You can't turn these into criminal cases unless the girls are really dedicated to being witnesses and they're coming to me as a civil lawyer. Logan's told me in 2002. They're coming to me saying I have a case against R.Kelly. They know all I can do is sue for money and damages. I've never done a criminal case in my lifetime. There are other ways to look at it. The girls' slogans represented were closer to being children than they were to legal drinking age. And they came from black neighborhoods with a long history of good reasons to distrust law enforcement. Word on the street got out after Tiffany go to Logan's, and the attorneys seemed to get. She was a star like Kelly, and teenage clients may have been taken with that and quicker to trust her than the police. This story was I was stupid. I was a kid. Okay. I was just trying to see what we were reading. Oh my gosh, it's glitching. Okay, there we go. Sponsored by Rep. James Robert Mann, a Republican from Illinois. The United States White Slave Traffic Act of 1910 was passed by Congress as a tool to crack down on organized prostitution by outlawing the transportation of women for immoral reasons, immoral purposes across state lines, more commonly called the Mann Act. Early components attacked the law as overly vague, difficult to enforce, and rationally biased, racially biased. World champion heavyweight boxer Jack Johnson was one of the first men arrested. Uh-oh. Arrested for violating his terms in 1912 because of two separate relationships, one with a white sex worker and the other with a girlfriend, also white, who later became his wife. Chuck Berry, a key architect of rock and roll, who recorded a string of groundbreaking hits for Chicago's chess records starting in 1955, was arrested for violating the Mann Act 4 years later after he met a 14-year-old Native American girl, Janice Noreen Escalante, uh, while she was doing sex work at a bar in Jerez, Jerez. I know the J is silent, but anyways, in Mexico. She traveled with his band, and prosecutors said she had sex with Barry. Oh, as the group toured the United States. Barry claimed Escalante sold his merchandise when they were on the road. Then he gave her respectable employment at his St. Louis nightclub. He said she only went to the police after he fired her for doing shoddy job. Man, say this. They all, I guess, have this routine of trying to incriminate or trying to make the victims or alleged victims' character have a character flaw. While he didn't deny that they shared a bed while on tour, he said he never knew she was underage. Child. An all-white jury convicted Berry in March 1960. A federal appeals court overturned the verdict, citing disparaging racial comments by the judge. But federal prosecutors tried and convicted Berry again a year later. He emerged from prison in 1963 and scored several more hits, but his career never fully recovered. The sounds of the British invasion overshadowed his new music, and his famously bad attitude didn't help. Where he once was playing and easygoing, Berry had become distant, bitter, and mercenary. Never saw a man so changed, said his fellow rock and roll pioneer Carl Perkins. I figure it was mostly jail. The list of pop stars and underage girls never ends. In February 2019, a shaggy-haired 26-year-old singer and YouTube sensation named Austin Jones from Chicago's western suburb of Bloomingdale plead guilty to coercing six underage girls to send him sexually explicit videos in which they stripped and performed sex acts to prove they were his biggest fans. Wow. Though U.S. District Judge John Lee has yet to sentence the singer, he faces a minimum of 5 years in prison. Before February 2019, R.Kelly had only spent a few hours behind bars before posting bail for charges that were later dropped or of which he was acquitted. When I'm asked how that is possible, one of the reasons I come back to is the attorney who struck numerous civil settlements accepting payments in exchange for NDAs, rather than encouraging her clients to press criminal charges. During my nearly 2 decades of reporting about Kelly, Susan Logans has given me only 2 significant interviews on the record. In both of them, I asked her views about the girls she represented. There are 2 aspects to this. Logan said in 2002, they don't look at it negatively when it's happening. They look at it as a positive thing, that R. Kelly is their boyfriend. It's not until later when he drops them and then they try to get a job in the music industry that they realize that they're blackballed. They get older and realize that they screwed up and they fell for it. It's like any young girl feels when she gets dumped by a guy. At that point, they start telling people, look at this bad thing that happened to me. And when they come to us, a civil lawyer, there's no benefit to them to bring a criminal case. Now, in early 2019, as the Me Too and Time's Up movements brought nearly intense scrutiny to men who abuse their position of wealth, fame, and pop and power to sexually assault women. I didn't think that comment had aged well. Logan's agreed to speak to me for this book, and I read her that quote and asked if she stood by it. Yep, that's true, she said. Then she reminded oh yeah, then she reminded me she had a degree in psychology and wondered why I was still pursuing the R. Kelly story. I mean, this is the nicest place, Jim. But in one way, your life has been poisoned by this whole R. Kelly experience because it's occupied an emotional component of your life. I'm sure it traumatized you, even if you've repressed it. I don't feel repressed, nor do I think Logan's is correct about the diagnosis. She offered, but for some of her clients, some of whom she admitted she never even met in person. Look at 50 Shades of Grey. I really believe there. Okay, there you go. I really believe there is an inherent desire of a lot of women who are in fatherless homes to have someone who is stronger than they are. Logan sees. Why is this now triggering? Okay. Logan sees three complicating factors to the Kelly saga. One is that laws about underage sex are very two-sided. I mean, most of these kids in high school are having sex with one another, and many of them are 15. Legally, they're committing a felony. They're committing a felony too. Child, no, they didn't. No, they didn't try to compare what two kids at the same age are doing. Hold on, y'all. But that tell you right there again, they're trying to give excuses to this dude. Well, they're doing it, but the whole thing is because he's a big grown old man doing it to them. What are we getting? Anyways. 2, there's also really a feeling that a lot of these girls lied about their age, and the laws are so fucked up anyway that why should you worry about a legal definition? Finally, Logan said, regarding legal age women, she said, contacted her about Kelly, but who she chose not to represent. The word kinky has a different definition for everybody, okay? Most people I know think that if you are urinating on someone, that's gross, including me. But whether somebody thinks a menage a trois or with 4 people or whatever, if they're consulting adults, that's not for me to judge. It's not okay with R. Kelly with adults. I'm bothered by that, even though I've gotten all this money from this guy. Child, please. Logan's is concerned about the many legal claims recently filed against powerful men. It's not going to be long where we're going to see the pendulum swing the other way against the whole Me Too thing. I feel bad for my legitimate clients who are eventually going to have a hard time getting a fair jury trial because there's been so much bullshit prosecution out there. And that really bothers me. I think that just like people have different definitions of kinky, people are bothered by different things. Child, please. Chapter 6 is where we're going to stop. And we stopped on trophies, page 103. Y'all, we smashing these chapters. Good job. It's a total of 304 pages. We're on page 103. Okay. And we stopped at chapter 6, trophies. Okay. I'm going to come back onto this screen. Whoo, we got through it, you guys. I'm over here like this, reading this thing like, people heard. You're an idiot. So yes. So I want to get into the skinny of things. Let's talk, y'all. Let's have a dialect. Okay. Now, what I wanted to show you guys, check this out. Y'all know I'm gonna share my screen, if nothing more. I'm gonna go in order. Oh, shouts out again to my research squad. I love them. Okay, let me pull this up real quick. Okay, so this was an article, and it was talking about his publicist. Okay, check this out, y'all. Hey, too hot. Okay, listen to this, y'all. And a lot of people are starting to realize that now. Regina Daniels, Kelly's publicist of 14 years, quits, saying he crossed a line. Months later, it is revealed that the line he crossed was having a relationship with her 21-year-old stepdaughter, whom he had known since she was 7. Kelly's spokesperson issues a statement saying Daniels not only encouraged the relationship, but also what? Hey, that was a great position. I don't know how he hit you up there, bro. Okay. Okay. Got you. Sorry, y'all. Okay. Anyways. But also instigated it by giving her daughter his phone number. Child, please. Okay, and then check this one out too. Check this one out. I said, like, y'all check this one out. This one is about his this is about him being on tour, right? He all on a tour. He out on the tour. Oh crap. Like acting a fool. Okay, check this out, y'all. Okay, check this out. It says Robert is granted permission to go out on a full tour with Jay-Z. Y'all know we read about that in his book as well. To support the best of both worlds on the first date in Chicago. He shows up 2.5 hours late to perform a set that includes yellow showers and a dance crew in orange prison suits, jumpsuits. Prosecutors asked for a copy of the show on tape after word gets out that Kelly was allegedly mocking his legal troubles. Y'all, that ain't even it. Okay, that ain't even it. Shouts out again to my Wit Squad research team for bringing this information to me on tonight. Listen to this. Listen to this lawsuit. No sympathy. I have none whatsoever for this nut. Okay. Check this out, y'all. This is back in 1997. Okay. R.Kelly reaches settlement in lawsuit. Okay. August 13th. R.Kelly reached a settlement with 4 Louisiana men who filed a federal civil lawsuit against the R&B singer after a July 1996 brawl at the health club in Lafayette, Louisiana. Christopher Mahoney, one of the men who claimed Kelly and his entourage attacked them during a basketball game, violently violating their civil rights, reaching 110 stitches on his face. This is what we read. So this is the article about it. Okay. And it says Lafayette District Attorney Mike Harson reduced charges in a state criminal case against the Chicago-based singer after research in the civil trial revealed that another member of Kelly's 5-man entourage was responsible for Mahoney's facial injuries. Harson reduced a felony count of second-degree battery to simple battery. After pleading no contest to the charge, Kelly was sentenced to 1 year of unsupervised probation. Harson is still reviewing whether to charge William Robert Hinton, one of Kelly's bodyguards, with second-degree battery for punching Mahoney in the mouth. If charged and convicted, the maximum penalty for that felony is $2,000 or up to 5 years in jail. Just bizarre stuff, okay? And we got a lot more other stuff, but for the sake of time, I'm not going to get into it. I want to get into what you guys have to say about the King of R&B, okay? Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. I'm going to see what y'all have to say. Okay. See what y'all had to say. Earlier said he's a pissy fool, a piss fool. Okay. Aaron says all that DNA and germs in his urine. Yes. Alex says, yeah, but even with those overage, the fact that fear and punishment were put in if did not comply with these sex acts doesn't make it consensual. We heard about the anguish on their faces. Yes. Oh. Travis says, back then we didn't hear none of this stuff. Nothing. Okay, so that's the reason why, y'all, that when people keep yelling at the parents and stuff like that, it's like, are we going to be serious here? Because I knew none of this. I'm sorry. I wouldn't have been any way, shape, form a supporter whatsoever. It wasn't just Aaliyah. It wasn't just Tiffany. It was countless amounts of young ladies. And this is just the young ladies. We don't know the boys that he affected. This man was a sexual deviant, period. And I can't believe, once I heard that he got acquitted, that I kept, supporting him. I kept playing his music. And like I said, y'all know I'm honest. That's why I'll be like, people know. Like, I mean, no. After I heard about it, I kept it pushing. He got acquitted. He wasn't found guilty, right? So life goes on. Hell, if I would have met him, I would be like, hey, we knew nothing. We knew nothing. We knew nothing. So I mean, that's why I'll be like, people irritate me when they be yelling about parents and stuff. Like, y'all knew. No, you knew about one. I didn't know about all of this. This is crazy. Okay, y'all, about to wrap this up. We're at 2 hours. I'm going to end it here. We're gonna, hey Kamika, I see you creeped on in there with your pretty self. Hey girl. Okay, let me see what y'all are saying. Keisha says, what's the name of this book? It is, oh, let me put it on the screen for you. I got you, babe. 1 second. Right here. Oh, let me remove the comments.
Oh, no way.
Soulless, the case against R.Kelly by Jim DeRogas or Daragas, whatever, is the Rocketis or whatever. But yeah, that's the book. It's a good read. Right. I'm just saying, Travis, like, I was none the wiser. I knew nothing about it. He just was doing all kinds of stuff. It wasn't just one. And it's like for real, as I'm reading this stuff, I'm like, and if we're gonna have a real dialect, let's have a real dialect. Over this course of this trial, I'm not gonna lie, that's why I kind of have not just been like reading transcripts and reading all this stuff, because it gets overwhelming, and I don't want it to become normal. You know what I'm saying? Because I broke down. I was emotionally out of it while I was reading those transcripts from New York. It was sickening, the stuff that I was reading and the stuff that I already knew, but it got confirmed in transcripts. It's just can be.
I need to see this.
Y'all, this is sad. This is sick. Like, I don't know what to say, y'all. Like, for real. I know I'm usually amped up and turned up, but I'm just disgusted. I mean, even at myself, I'm sad that I didn't know, but it's just like, oh, he paid all that money to keep all this stuff on the hush. You got it, baby?
No.
Oh, it's over. I'm through with the read. You can talk. You can all this stuff on the hush. He was more concerned about his career instead of taking accountability. He has hurt a lot of people, and he's where he needs to be, period. You're welcome, Keisha. No problem. Hold on. Hey, D. Girl, I don't know why I know, because you're off to the side of your profile. I did not see you over there a little bit ahead in the corner. Hey, D. I muted that fool in 2001 when that pissy tape leaked, pun intended. Oh, another blog was talking all the men he tainted as well, like Mr. Will Eddy. Oh, really? Girl, send it to me so I can do my research. Y'all know I'll bring it back to y'all. Who is this Will person, y'all? Is he a celebrity of some sort? Y'all know me. I don't know. I've been stopped listening to R.Kelly. I just can't. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. After the Savages and stuff came out, like I said, I'm very transparent and honest with you as much as I possibly can. I didn't know any of this was happening. I didn't know. I didn't think it was still happening. I didn't know about all these other little minute situations. Not minute. I'm not gonna say that, but those other situations that we weren't privy to. But I knew about Aaliyah and all that stuff. And so when the Savages came out, and I said this in the New York Times when I did my article, I'm like, this fool's still doing this? Like, he's still doing this? Like, really? So after that, that was done for me. But I really wasn't listening to him anyways like that. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Co-signed all R.Kelly nasties. Oh, I got it beautifully. I got it. Shirley said Free Kane could have took that money and got some help with Spike. Exactly. Could have got some help. That's why I don't got no remorse for him. You got money. You had money. You chose the lather. So deal with it. Childhood friend. Oh, okay. His father is a big pastor in Chicago. Let me tell y'all something real quick. Okay. I'm big on test the spirit by the spirit. Okay. In these times that we're in, it's going to be a lot of prophet liars. Okay. A lot of people proclaiming, professing the word of God. Okay. And the thing is that a lot of people, no shade, get into positions before God equips them. Because know that who God calls, he equips. Okay. And sometimes we can hear, you're going to be a millionaire. And then we start buying up stuff that we can't afford. You're not a millionaire yet. Okay. And so I feel as though a lot of cases with these preachers and people teaching the word of God, like me, y'all can pump my head up. Oh, you're doing God's work. I get that all the time. No shade, and I love it. But I know I know Whitney. And I could run with that. Okay. I could run with all these people online telling me that I'm doing God's work, and I could start a virtual church. Okay. And then my skeletons or stuff start coming out, right? Because being in a position of anointing, people put you on this pedestal. Somewhat rightfully so, but some not. Because the thing is that we are human, we are flawed. I don't look at no pastor as being a God. See, that's where everybody messed up, and that's where a lot of people get butthurt. They're too busy holding these pastors up on pedestals that's not right. The only person that you should put on the pedestal is the Lord. Okay? All right? Now, God anoints and equips these men and women of God to proclaim and profess the word of God, but you guys have to focus on who they're speaking for. Okay? And that's the Lord. Stop focusing on Pastor Jones and who he's, excuse my French, having sex with and messing around with or whatever, allegedly or not allegedly. You focus on the word of God, because if he's doing wrong, God is going to hold him accountable. See, we have a lot of judgy people because you don't want to be held accountable for your sins, so you deflect and you put it off on somebody else. Every hospital, everybody in the waiting room is not going to be operated on, okay? Everybody at church ain't there to get a word, okay? The devil was in the Garden of Eden. Think about it. So that's why the word of God says, touch not my anointing, do my prophet no harm. You better be careful who you put your mouth on. Because if you don't know the full extent of the story, it ain't none of your business. I don't worry about what my pastor is doing or not doing. I worry about what I'm doing because I know what the word tells me to do. And the word tells me before I try to take that log out of your eye, I need to take before I take the thorn out of your eye, I need to take the log out of mine. Do y'all see the difference between the little and the massive? Yeah. See, we can only see what people expose us to, what we get exposed to, and be like, oh, but knowing we got way worse stuff going on. That's why me over here at Whitney TV, I'm on my business. Although I'm very transparent, so I don't give a darn what you expose. Because I'll sit right up here and be like, yep, I sure did. Or, nah, that ain't true. I stand in my truth. As godly as I am, I will smack you. Okay? And pray to the Lord for forgiveness later. Okay? I'm just being honest with you. But that's the reason why I love God, because I know I'm weak without him. So my thing is that in regards to even the likes of Kelly, he has to really repent and turn from what I really believe God can still save him, not from jail, because you reap what you sow. You have to reap the. Y'all gotta understand that's biblical. That's why when people be talking about their Christian stuff, I be looking at them like, okay, all right. Because the thing is that if you really are Christian, the word says, vengeance is mine, says the Lord. You're not supposed to be vengeful. If somebody does something to you, you let God handle it. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to. When he say, cast your cares on me, yeah, I'm going to go tell it. My husband tell you right over there. I'm quick to say that. I'm going to tell it. I am going to go tell it on you to my Father. I'm not going to deal with you. And see, that's where a lot of people mess up at. They want to be many gods, and you don't got the capacity, boo. See, me, like I tell you, I can press this X in this broadcast and poof, y'all gone. Don't nobody matter to me that much if I am not in the vicinity of you and you ain't beneficial to me for the betterment of myself. So my thing is that, you know, what I was saying in regards to R.Kelly, I really believe that if he repent and turn from his sins and actually pray to the God that he claimed that he knows, God will forgive him. Oh, but he's still going to have to serve his time, because the Bible also says, and he claims to be a man of God, or he reads the word, you have to abide by the laws of the land. Laws, regulations, and I was saying this earlier, are here to protect us. If we didn't have certain regulations and things of that nature, oh, we will all be damned to hell or dead. That's why those lines on the road is for discipline. We don't have to stay within them, but it's there for our protection. If they erase them daggone lines off the road, we will go crazy. Little white, yellow lines or whatever y'all got, that's the only thing that's protecting us on the roads. And that's because choice, we choose to respect those lines on the road. And that's no different with what the Lord says for us to do. You can call it a freaking indoctrination. You can call it whatever you want to. Your butt just don't want to be held accountable. That's what it is. That's what everybody upset is about Christianity and faith. You got butt hurt. Somebody out of church hurt your feelings or did something to you, and you equated that with God, when God is not that. You get the Bible, you pick and choose what you want out of it. That's not God. His word don't change. You can pick and prop and do whatever you want to out of that, but the word is still the word. And whether it hurts you or makes you feel good, the word is still the word. But I'm not going to preach to y'all, and I already did that. After I did it, right, baby?
Somebody needed to hear that.
Somebody needs to hear it. And you know me.
Just being obedient.
Yeah.
Just being obedient. Baby.
Yeah, I'm just being obedient. So, quotes from I just got some information from our research squad. I'm gonna bring it to you guys though. I said something that pertains to this situation. Yeah. You should give him a cliffhanger, baby. I'll see. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. I gotta send something.
Make sure you see first.
I'm doing just fine, but you know what? Your nephew is nasty. He is nasty. Oh yeah, your bloodline is nasty. All right, I'm sorry. You can give a hell. You so nasty. And that ugly hot ass suit.
It is so very nice to meet you, Miss Auntie. And that is a lovely blouse you have on.
Thank you.
And as for you, Stuart, I'm very disappointed. Very. You guys have a lovely afternoon. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Well,
I was gone for 3 minutes.
what am I watching?
How did players don't even fight that fast?
Hello, sir.
Oh, you talking about that first part? Are you talking about that first part? Oh, I saw it. I got what you're saying. Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna see what you guys are saying. I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm sorry, I was going off. Shanae said, yeah, because this stuff is going on the church as well. It is. It does. It does. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said you got these pedophiles that know where to go. Y'all got to understand. Okay. The devil was in the garden. Okay. He knows the word too. All right. That's why I tell you, you test the spirit by the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Now, ain't nobody perfect. They have their past, like in the words of R.Kelly, they got way past. Okay. But the thing is what are you doing now? Can I look at you and see the fruit that you're bearing, that you're showing? Because that's what the word says. Okay. What you do, we're going to be able to see. How you live, we're going to be able to see that. What's in you comes out of you. My mom will say, if you stumb your toe or your nail or something like that, either cuss word gonna come out because it's in you, or the word, and you go like, God dang it, or whatever, it's gonna come out of you. So, you know, yeah, you got these men, women of God that are getting in these pulpits and they aren't fully delivered from their sins. And there's a such thing, y'all. Y'all can pick and choose your sins, but a sin is a sin. And you know which ones are sins. And you can choose to deflect and be all inclusive if you want to. But I stand on the word of God.
What was you doing right there?
Beautifully said, this is what I was thinking when you started speaking on his lack of hygiene. Yes, just nasty. It's bloodline. Anyways, y'all, I'm about to wrap it up. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight as we read Soulless. I won't be back to read until next week. I'm trying to stretch it out so we can have a read. Like I said, when I read R.Kelly book, I was trying to get it done, y'all. I was trying to get it out. That's why I was going back to back with the read. I'm not going to do that. I'm not. I ain't gonna lie to you. If Illinois trial is about to start, I'm going to try to get in the process of obtaining transcripts and stuff to that nature. So, I mean, yeah, no, I'm not even fixing to play with y'all.
Watch this, bro. Look.
Okay, I'm not even gonna play with y'all. Okay, so yeah. Okay, I was just reading some stuff. So yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up for you guys. I'll be back tomorrow. Is Wednesday, so you already know what is going on tomorrow. And we're back, and that is where were the parents Wednesday, where we take a look at worldwide situations and ask, where were the parents? Okay, and it's going to be brought to you by way of WIT Squad Research Team. They always do their due diligence and great job on researching the topics for that particular night. Now, however, I don't let you guys know what the topic is going to be until probably 20 to 30 minutes before we go on, and sometimes in cases probably like 5 to 10 minutes before, okay, because we are talking about some salacious topics. I don't want nobody to come at me until it's already in the way, okay, until we done already started and I'm in the way of getting it done, okay. So not for nothing, tune in on tomorrow in regards to that. Shouts out to my research team. They are stupid dope. I love them real good. Okay. Now after Wednesday comes Thursday, and you know also what comes on Thursday. Straight Talk with Whitney D. I love my music, y'all. I'm a whole mood, baby. I'm a whole mood. But not for nothing, come prepared for Straight Talk on Thursday. We will be coming live if I don't have a pre-recording for y'all, okay? But we'll be live and we'll just talk, okay? You send in your opinions. I mean, not your opinions, for your questions, concerns, or comments to reviews with Whitney D at gmail.com. And I will give you my advice or my opinion about whatever you're going through. It could be financial, it could be relationship, it could be a family concern. Many may or may not know I have a blended family with my husband. And so very informative with that, as well as you guys know that, you know, me and my husband are going on 7 years of marriage, 8 years of our relationship here soon. So I can help you guys relationship, finances, business, all of that. It's not limited. Now, if you missed last week, child, you missed out. We were talking about serial dating after traumatic situations, and I broke that down. It was very informative, okay, to say the least. So check that out, as well as we got on pornography addiction. Oh yeah, it's out there, and I shared my story in regards to it. And I'll share again. Coming from a traumatic situation and being so exposed to sex at a young age, I had an addiction, you know, and I share that with you guys, and it's quite normal for a lot of people to have addiction, but they feel like it's a kinky thing. So it's nothing, none the wires. There's nothing to be, oh, it's not that serious. It's just a little porn. But I also get into how it damages relationship, how it damages the self and the psyche. You got to stay tuned for things like that. And you got to watch out. So if you didn't get to see that, go catch up. It's still available now. Straight Talk with Whitney D on Thursday. Okay. Now, like I said, if you got something that you would like to send to me in regards to a situation, send it to reviews with Whitney D at gmail.com. Okay. Now, lastly, every Friday, I have to decompress. I have to. And we do it real nice, like here on Whitney D TV. That's right. Music and combos will be here on Friday. Okay. I'm not going to running from you guys this time. Tomorrow though, where were parents Wednesday? I'm trying to see. I may be coming to you guys late, if not early tomorrow, because we have a family function to be at tomorrow with the kiddos at the school. I just thought about that. Y'all let me know. I'm going to do a poll on my community tab because I'm family first. So I'm trying to see if you guys want me to come earlier in the day or come to you guys later in the evening. The event is from 6 to 8. And so we probably won't stay the entire time, but I don't know. So I'm trying to see if or I could pre-record it. I'll figure it out. I'll probably pre-record it for you guys and still just release it at the same time, but be in the chat with you guys. I won't be coming too late to you guys about it, but I'll figure it out. Not for nothing, you guys. I'm trying to make sure this channel has a lot of content that you guys can enjoy. I know it's not just click worthy at all times. However, we went through a whole lot when it came to transcripts and stuff like that, and all that salacious stuff when it comes to R.Kelly. I'm trying to give you guys a breather, like I said, before we go into Illinois, because, you know, I am going to be getting those transcripts and things of that nature and reading them to you and breaking them down and gaining understanding when it comes to it. Okay. So not for nothing, you guys, that is the video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. But before we head out, I gotta send this trigger warning to you guys.
Hello, trolls. Beautifully animated here. On one of Whitney's lives about R.Kelly, she had to address the troll who said she was making fun of R.Kelly when she was really just bringing humor to a toxic situation, a very troubling situation. But as far as me, I am making fun of R.Kelly. Start trying to control Whitney's channel. Peace.
Oh, I love it. I love Beautifully Animated, y'all. Shouts out to her. Y'all go subscribe to her channel. Okay. So that's it, you guys. Like I said, I try my best to bring you guys some bit of decompression, just something else, not so much. It's light on the R.Kelly. Maybe a little sprinkle when it comes to R.Kelly, but I'm trying not to just be so heavy on it because there's a lot. Like even reading this book and finding out all this stuff, we just like, what? So I'm grateful for you guys for tuning in every night that you guys do and showing your love and support. Thank y'all so very much. But that is it for me. This is Whitney DTB, and I am she, and I'm signing off. I love you guys. Anybody want some cookies?
Shit. Not none, dog. A store like that.
I ain't got none.
I want a cookie.
Ain't got none.
I want a cookie.
Ain't got none.
I want a cookie, yeah. I want a cookie.
Ain't got none.
Y'all stupid.
Don't tell me with this. I can't help it. Robert. I can't help it. You're killing me, man. This ain't not about music. I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids, and I can't do it. Y'all just don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to believe it.
At this point, we briefly pause the interview to give Kelly a moment.
Man, y'all gotta be with this. Y'all gotta be with this. Y'all gotta be with this. Y'all gotta be. Y'all gotta kill me. Y'all gotta be with this.